Which camera is it?
'27 News First mid-morning back on the air as summer begins. A group has a special message for Kentuckians. They want to stop the violence. Douglas Wayne is joining us to talk about a campaign that is working right now to try to take back some communities. Douglas, good to have you with us.
Thanks for having us.
You and I visited very briefly before we went on the air and talked about, there's so many stories now of trouble in the streets and problems going on out there. What is the goal of your campaign?
Well, it's a new nonprofit right here in Lexington, and unfortunately in Kentucky, violence is sort of like flatlined for the last 11 years. It's been the same. It's been really no reduction in violent victimization. So we're taking a new way of doing it. It's an educational campaign, and it's called Win the War Against Violence. Today is Win the War Against Violence Day, and it shows that the entire state is unified in this fight, whether we have support from the state Senate, from the State House, the governor, and 12 other mayors. So it's really quite unprecedented that we've all come together and said this level of violence is unacceptable and everybody needs to get the message. We need to reduce violence in Kentucky.
What leads to it and how do we reduce it?
We are asking every individual, challenging, encouraging them to reduce their own violence. Violence must be done voluntarily, must be reduced voluntarily. Incarceration has gone up in Kentucky from 11,000 to 21,000 in the last 10 years, and it hasn't put a dent in it. Same thing with juvenile detention. It's gone up quite a bit too. So our approach is, like I said, educational only. It doesn't involve any laws, doesn't involve any money, and it really doesn't involve any time. People must voluntarily reduce their own violence using their own personal individual identity.
As we head into the summer months, those of us who've been in the news business a long time, we know there tends to be more trouble with violence.
Well, let's hope what's happening in Louisville right now isn't going to happen in Lexington. And we have a special challenge that we're working with all the middle schools to reduce violence 10% this year. And on our website, WinTheWarKY.us, we have a video. It's called A Moral Kid for Youths, where it teaches them how to be peaceful based just on identity and principles and the application of. And so it's really within every youth's best interest, self-interest, without being selfish, to be peaceful. And that's a rare thing.
All right. Well, the opportunity to learn more at that website, WinTheWarKY.us.
That's it.
Thanks for coming. We
Thank you very much,
it.
Bill.
Best of luck. We all pulling for that, certainly.
Thank you.
Coming up, another quick check of your weather forecast when we come back on WKYT.